That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
really good one.
So like happy to deep dive.
Girl, yeah,
I'm ready for it. Like, are you ready for it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the question. Welcome to Soul Hugs and today's episode with Christian.
Hey guys.
And we actually don't know each other that well.
No, like the way we met was so when I was at work
Yeah.
and then you walked in and you were just kind of like admiring
Yeah.
everything about me. I'm like, hey. When you come in, it was always there. It was
Yeah.
always like a perfect timing that I'm always working.
Yeah.
And but when every time we see each other though, it's always like a debrief of something. You
Yeah,
know, it's always a
exactly.
topic. It's
Yeah.
always something to talk about. And then we leave off and then he's like, I wanna know more.
Yeah,
you know, I want
exactly.
more.
And like we always think, oh, we should catch up at some point.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I'm
We
like,
could have so many topics. Yeah, and here we are.
here we are.
Talking about love.
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 Wow, love, honestly. Love is so rare these days. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
love, when you have that and you grasp and hold on to it, it's something that some people experience differently. People express it in a way of like, they show like a reflection of who they are.
Yeah.
And some people express it within themselves and they don't know how to process of expressing that love within their soul, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's all in us, you
Yeah.
know? Love is there.
Love is there.
Love is there.
Love is there
Love
always.
is there always.
And I think people need to learn how to fall in love again. Like
I agree.
truly in
Yeah.
love. Because nowadays so much is like surface level and just
Mhm.
like for the moment.
I know.
Which is like fine. Everyone lives their life
yeah,
how they want
definitely,
it.
exactly.
But, really like true love is
Like when you really experience love through another person's eyes, it's a whole different like feeling. It's a
Yeah.
whole different experience.
yeah.
Because for me, love was something that was already there.
Yeah.
I was already expressing my love in a way, loving myself. I love myself pretty quickly because growing up, it was always shown to me through different forms of love, like food or acts of, like anything like acts of service, because
Mhm.
obviously there's the love languages. But for me, I absorbed love in a way of like people around me,
Yeah.
kind of showing what I was kind of capable of, how I showed myself through the world as a young little Filipino gay boy. I grew up in a divorced family. I really saw my mom and dad love each other.
Mhm.
They really, really loved each other. But then things changed and my dad kind of just fell through and kind of just kind of abused the love in a way.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, that's not what I want in my relationship. So the whole time I was kind of like observing
Mhm.
their ways of showing up for each other. Then as soon as my dad kind of like decided like, I want something more. So he showed love and he was kind of looking for love from different people. But my mom was such a big believer that to be happy is to be a full family.
Yeah.
So she was always giving the chances. So I guess that was my mom's first love. Then over time, it just kind of like the universe kind of like played with the timing.
Mhm.
Pretty funny in a way, because when he left, my mom was kind of like processing letting go of her first love.
Yeah.
So, but then she found her love through herself again. But then now it's like they're resetting. So they're talking again. And I think there might be a chance that my dad will come back because I
Mhm.
think now he's realizing his mistakes and owning up to it and taking accountability
Yeah.
and regretting what he did after leaving us. And,
Yeah.
like, so we'll see. But if that one person you truly love will come back to you, then it is meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I already have goosebumps.
It's funny how the universe kind of imprint on someone, like you connect with someone in such a, like you share a soul for a second, and then once
Yeah.
you let go, there's still that part of you. There's still that spark. There's still that shared experience together. So, who knows?
Yeah.
But with my love, I've recently been broken up with. Or we actually not broken up with. We were mutual. It was a very mutual
Yeah.
breakup. That was the first time I really experienced what love was. I know. Ah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Do
normally
we need a tissue box?
Are we gonna cry? I'm
Okay.
very like content of how I dealt with it. So I think I've cried it and I fully kind of processed and accepted it.
Yeah.
It was a very beautiful start of my first relationship for
Yeah.
sure. Like everything about it, because I did want something natural and organic, because oh girl, Christian had before this relationship, I had a phase where I was seeking and I was kind of filling that empty void within myself of needing male attention all the time. And I was just kind of chasing people that I guess wasn't ready, but also at the same time I was kind of in a place where no, like I can fix that. Like I can help you get out of that. But I'm like, that's me as a people pleaser as well. So for me, when I was looking for that love, it was kind of just, oh, this one's good for me, but then never mind. It was kind of like on and off. I'm like, okay, moving on. But then I got tired of it, and it actually took a whole year of just fully finding myself. Just kind of realizing that I actually don't need male attention all the time or male validation. I know this is rooted from daddy issues, of course. But yeah, so all of those people in the past, I was just kind of like, wow, that really shaped me in a way of like, I don't need to chase. I don't need to look for something that's not going to benefit me in a way. So as soon as it kind of like took that time for myself to realize, I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to go out there, find myself again, get in a routine. And then I told my friends that, guys, I think I'm ready to be in a relationship. But I don't want it to be forced. Yeah. I don't want it to be pressured. I want it to happen naturally and organically. And this is that's when I moved to Whistler. I moved to Whistler like a year and a half ago. And my intention of moving here was just kind of just finding myself, character build, make mistakes, create memories, make friends, and expand my connections. And then that was like, and that was my subconscious thought of like, okay, if I find him, I'll find him. If not, then it's not meant to be. I'll let the universe do its thing. And then I guess the scenery and the community of the queer community in Whistler, it's there, but it's not there at the same time, because I feel like you have to look for them in a way. Yeah. Yes, they show their allyship, but at the same time, it's not enough. Oh, like that's it. There's not a lot of people that are very open, but this is a place to kind of explore that, you know? So I think when people are trying to explore their sexuality, they kind of hold back a little bit, because Whistler is such an open-minded community. But at the same time, it's like it lacks that. Like I see a lot of people, I'm like, oh, everyone's kind of like copy and paste in a way, you know? Like, for me, the way I see people is like they're avatars, and they're all avatars are just in default. Like no one kind of stands out. So like for me, I knew that I was one of those people that stood out, and I knew that I was always going to be a conversation starter. But then this person and I was like, wow, this person intimidates me. So when something intimidates me, that's when I'm like, my subconscious mind is
interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, oh. So I saw him, complimented his pants, and then that was it. Yeah, we just became friends. We got really close. I met his friends. He met my friends. Like everything was just so like natural, which was what I wanted. You know what? This is good. I think I'm gonna take this and learn from this. And so I did. It was just, everything was flowing really, really easily. And then I've never had that feeling with other people before. So that's what I knew. I'm like, okay, I think
that's the right person.
This is the person for me right now.
I think that's such a beautiful story, because it just shows that what everyone is looking for, it is there. It is possible. And especially if you find someone where everything feels so easy and smooth and natural, the age is nothing at all. Nothing. It doesn't matter. No. You just see the person as a person. Yeah. And that is really beautiful.
Throughout our relationship, obviously we go through like the phase of honeymoon phase, in a way we both were kind of in the same mindset of we're breaking stigmas a little bit, because people are like, oh, after 2 months, after 3, I'm like, why why should there be a limit, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because people stigmatize a lot of things within relationships, but in a way people experience relationships so differently. Yeah. So for us, we both were in the same wavelength on that. But some things I did realize with my relationship is like, I did see myself through him. Like I saw myself as like my younger self. So that's one of the reasons, I guess, why we broke up, in my end anyways, because I think he was still experiencing life, figuring things out, like how I used to figure. I'm like, oh, you say these things. I'm like, oh, I've already healed from that. I've already moved. I grew out of that already. Kind of saw myself like a little, like held back a little bit. So we did talk about our breakup pretty. It was a healthy breakup, actually. Just be there for each other.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful ending of our love story. And we both said that, who knows, maybe you are my person. Maybe the universe is just kind of like testing us and we are growing in different paths. But if we are meant to be, then we'll realign and be each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote down the few stages of love. Have you heard about it?
Oh my god.
Let's see what we do with that. So there are few stages of love. The first one is attraction and infatuation. That means the surface love. So it's based on chemistry, novelty, and fantasy. You're drawn to the idea of someone, often idealized. Love feels exciting, overwhelming, sometimes obsessive. And the key questions people should ask themselves in that stage is, am I in love with the person or the idea of them? And do I feel seen or just high? The second stage is familiarity and bonding. So that's where the emotional love starts. You begin to feel safe, known, emotionally connected. Vulnerability grows and trust starts to form. So conflicts may arise as the honeymoon phase fades. And the key shifts in that stage are like from wanting to be impressive to being authentic. We have the third stage, which is conscious love. So the intentional love. That's really nice. So, like when I wrote it down, I was like, oh, smiling. But you choose the person each day, even when it's hard. Love becomes a verb. So actions, boundaries, patience. You navigate fears, insecurities, and real life challenges together. And the key topics or key themes are forgiveness, communication, commitment, and growing together. And the last stage of love is unconditional love, so transcendent love. Love becomes less about me and more about us, or even all. You love them for who they are, not what they give. This can happen with partners, children, friends, or spiritually as well. And the essence for that is presence, compassion, non-judgment, and deep peace. And there's an extra stage for universal love and divine love. So it means loving humanity, animals, strangers without expectations. A heart posture of empathy and care. And some feel this through meditation, nature, or spirituality. And I found that really nice to like see the different stages, because what I'm surrounded by at the moment here in Whistler, or like also like on the travels, was more not obviously, but like most of the time it was surface love. And like when I wrote it down, I like realized that I'm basically at the unconditional love. So I completely get when it's hard for people to actually approach me, because you know I can give, and like
you can give, but taking sometimes it's a lot. Like I feel like when you take love from other people, it's like, are you ready to love me? Like for me, now that I'm out of the relationship and realizing that if I do want someone to be in a relationship with again, I want that person to be ready, because I have a lot to offer. I am like an onion. You have to peel me layer by layer until you get to the core, you know? So when people kind of show interest, I'm like, I obviously put a wall up. I'm like, okay, I know you're interested, but are you ready to dissect? Like, are you emotionally, spiritually, physically ready to love me? Because I know myself, I know my worth, but do you?
Exactly. Like that's what I am talking about most of the time as well, because like I know how I am and who I am, and I love myself. And like I was always telling my friends, if I would meet myself, I would fall in love.
Right?
Honestly, like if I think about
That's what I'm saying.
if I look at my personality, like I'm such a cool person.
That's
like,
right. Honestly.
I love myself. And why can't the people see it? Sometimes I think even if like people are interested in me, I'm like, I think, yeah, as you said as well, not everyone can handle me. Not everyone is ready.
No.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, it's
but
not.
like it's about your worth.
Yeah.
And what you want and what you deserve.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think if that person will come, like, I want them to be an addition.
Okay.
I want you to, like, know your worth, know yourself, go through all the fucking healing you need, but at the same time, kind of be there for me. Also see me.
Being able to see the other person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think for that, you need to see yourself as the stage before Whistler, how you lived your life. I think that's a great example for like so many people, because so many people are still stuck in this stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like finding affirmation or attention from the outside, from other people. Being such a deep person and being a person that knows their worth and knows what you want from love, that's really exhausting, being surrounded by those kind of people.
Yeah, I agree.
And it makes it harder to actually meet or like find people who have like the same perception on love.
Exactly. It's like what you surround yourself with, those are the type of people that will kind of shape you.
Yeah.
Like people get stuck with a party scene, with a drug scene. It's so easy to get stuck on that.
Yeah.
But you just have to find those people that are willing to be open and actually go through this journey with you. And like,
exactly.
Because for us human beings, we do meet people based on our psychological wounds. What you're going through and what they're going through, that's something you guys can connect with. But sometimes you're doing the work for yourself, yet they're just starting.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when you are allowed to be selfish and put yourself back, because you've done your part. You guys have had something, but then they're still kind of figuring things out while you're there. But it's also up to you of how you wanna, if is it worth it to help them out, or is it not? Like, do they have the capacity to go through these things? Yeah, love is so crazy, honestly.
Right?
Yeah. It's valid, though.
Yeah.
It's so valid, everything really about it.
I don't necessarily grow up with, like, parents that are truly in love. But, like, I saw what I don't want in my love or, like, my relationship. And that shaped me and, like, influenced me, like, a lot. And, like, I'm glad and thankful and that I took this lesson out of like their relationship and that I turned it into something good for myself. Do you think is it possible to get back together when one part hurt the other part in the relationship and like it feels that it is meant to be and they can reconnect, but do you think is that possible?
Yeah, like I think if you put the work and effort and the time, and if you really are content with what you want to give back, I think it is possible.
I think it's like, if it's really rare love, then it's definitely possible to find your way back together.
I agree.
Yeah, you have to figure it out. Was it the rare love or was it just
like a
love?
A start. But relationship should be something you can like test yourself in, because you find out so much about yourself in different relationships. Going into a relationship with me, I was such an anxious, avoidant attachment style, but for him to show me that security, I took that and influenced me to become a secure person. And that's one of the things I was so grateful for out of this relationship.
And that's what you want from a long relationship, that you see things you weren't ready to face, but you can work on it now. And like in best case, you can work on it together.
Like I have so much love for myself. I just want to share it.
Yeah.
You know? This was the part where I was feeling anxious about my relationship and kind of leading up to my breakup. February 25th, 2025. Journal entry. My romantic relationship. So what has been going on with my relationship? Well, we brought up the fact that we are both growing apart. That idea has been spiraling in my head for the past couple of weeks now. We talked about breaking up and the factors that come with it. Obviously, as an anxious person, I start to get in my head and overthink what the possibilities could be. Although it hasn't happened, it just feels real and I know we'll cross that bridge if we have to. The reason as to why I've been feeling some disconnectedness with my relationship is our distance and age gap. Dating in your earlier years is definitely tricky, as people who are still figuring out who they are supposed to be will show that at the end of the day, we both have to prioritize what's best for us. We both have to focus on ourselves. As two people who needs physical intimacy is one of the main cause of feeling disconnected from each other. Because right now, it feels like a routine. It doesn't feel romantic anymore. I've come to a conclusion that long-distance relationship is not ideal for my own growth. I know our distance is not as bad as others, but it's still enough to make the relationship challenging. Some of the things that I find challenging is trying to be direct to someone who's still trying to understand themselves and their own opinions. I feel like I'm ahead of the race than he is. It's like he still has some catching up to do. And for me, I am a seeker of insight. I'm not used to showing or teaching someone how to grow. My intentions of what I wanted from a relationship is someone I can take insight from and have a conversation with about well-being. I'm the type of person who wants to understand the why question mark. I'm just a very curious person. The more curious I am about things, the more I can understand myself more. So right now, it's like I'm holding myself back or I'm holding him back. Ideally, I don't think we both should be feeling such thing in a relationship. We should be able to inspire each other to be better. It's like the more this builds up, the more I feel like we have to communicate on what we have to do to move on. It's also harder because it's our first relationship. And we both chose this. It really abides the quote of, right person, wrong time. Who knows, maybe he is the one / my soulmate. It just happens to be the timing and self-growth that's going to keep us apart. I just love him so much that I want to be able to love him outside of this relationship. It's like the thought of losing him is scary, but I know I have to trust my gut and intuition.
I love how you wrote about it and the way you write about it.
Thank you.
It's very special.
It's really, that's how I really felt.
Yeah.
Like I was just being fully honest with myself and I was like just letting myself feel and show it on a piece of paper and kind of
reflect.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course. I'm so happy I could share that actually. And in the breakup part.
Yeah. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll share it actually.
Yeah.
February 27th, 2025. Journal entry. Breakup. Sad face. So we've officially broken up. I've never felt such a feeling before, but I'm grateful that I get to experience this during my lifetime. I know that things will get better. It just hurts so much right now. It's like I've detached some parts of myself and my aura. Currently right now, I've become self-aware of the 7 stages of a breakup. I'm definitely in the shock of it all. It feels so surreal that someone I love so much that I had to let go. It's like a part of me is questioning everything. Like if we shouldn't have broken up, maybe work on some things together and do it all over again. But I know that things happen for a reason, at the right time. Being part of his life and him being part of mine is such a learning lesson for both of us. Some of the things I took from the relationship is security. As an anxious avoidant, his secure qualities help me stabilize myself. I finally know what it's like to not have to worry about my partner leaving me, or know that he can be vulnerable enough to show genuine emotions. We both built such a strong foundation of what love truly is. We both can take all the great qualities from our relationship and use it for the next one. But as of now, I don't think I'll be ready for another one. I have lots of healing to do and self-discovery. I am so beyond grateful for the great support that I currently have. Right now, I have to remind myself that I was fine before and I'll be stronger this time. This is an awesome opportunity for me to truly figure out who I am as an individual. I can find purpose again and focus on my future successes. Healing takes time and I want to heal in all aspects of my life. I am so grateful for the time we had together, but it's time to move forward. I will continue loving him until I die. Always and forever will be in my heart. Focus on what I can control right now and not overthink about the what ifs. I'm so proud of you, Christian. You are strong and well loved.
There's so much love in the words you chose and like the sentence you wrote. The whole text.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it so much.
Thank you. Because, like, writing it down, I know I wasn't going to lose a part of myself.
Yeah.
So I kind of showed loving myself and letting go at the same time. Because letting go is such a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
For people that don't even know how to handle their own emotions. But as of now, I've definitely grown to let go of things without feeling such...
That you lost the
Yeah, like,
yourself.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I want to express it in a way of I was grateful enough.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
Yeah. I think that's like the most powerful thing you can do if you go out of a relationship and you just take, obviously you also see like the negative sides, but like you take everything, you turn everything into something positive that you learn from it, or like what you want in your next relationship, and like how you grew and what work you still have to work on. Obviously going through a heartbreak is never easy.
There's no time, there's no like limit, because everyone goes through it like, yeah, you'll be fine in how many whatever.
No,
I'm like, no, it's really not.
Everyone has their own time. Everyone is so different, and there's no right or wrong or like the way you do it. Going through heartbreak is hard, especially if you leave it with peace, but like in the long run it gives you so much more than like having a breakup and just like blame it on each other and like going through it with like hate, which like a lot of people do. It might be easier in the beginning, but like you gain so much more if you like leave it in peace.
Absolutely.
And like take the good things.
And then what I really wanted was no contact after the breakup. Like, I don't have to seek like to be better again. Because I feel like it is a wound and I put a band-aid over it to heal it, but then talking to him or seeing him again is like ripping the band-aid off again, and like,
it doesn't help at all.
It doesn't help. So I think I'm very content of where I am now.
That is the perfect example that breakups also can be beautiful. Yeah honestly, it just depends on what you do with it and your perception and your perspective and your mindset. Exactly.
People say, oh, you're so young. I'm like, yes, I'm so young, but I've experienced life already in a way an adult person should experience life,
exactly, you know? People keep saying that to me as well, like, oh, you're so young, you like can experience and yada yada yada. I'm like, I am young, but like I know what I want, and I know what I deserve. And
a lot of people that are way older than us, they don't even know what the fuck they want.
Exactly.
I'm like, why are you talking to me when you don't even know what you want?
See? Just let me crave love. The love I experience and the love I want
and deserve. Absolutely. We all deserve it.
I wrote a text about love in general as well. I think I posted that one quite a while ago. I think over a year. Okay. But like, it is one of my favorite texts. And in the end, the sense of everything is love. Of everything. Character traits, fears, self-image, how we treat ourselves and others, how we act and react. We are born out of love and are full of love. Pure and untouched when we come into the world. We grow, learn, fall, get hurt. The love we carry within us is shaped, hurt, smaller, made insecure by actions or comments. We try to learn, want to protect ourselves, feel uncertain, become quiet, seem conceited, arrogant, toxic, selfish or aggressive. We don't pay attention to others, only to ourselves, because others have hurt us, because we lack what can heal us, seeking affirmation and love from the outside, forgetting the most important, self-love. We forget that the only person who can heal us is ourselves. The love we carry within us, which has been there since birth, the reason why we live, we must rebuild it. And only we can give ourselves the love we crave. Once we achieve that and rebuild the love we were born with the lessons and wisdom of life it has taught us, we'll radiate with love. Yes, love. Love can be and is everything at the same time. Complicated, simple, beautiful and hurtful. We are scared but want it. But in the end, love only needs to be one thing, pure. Because then love is simple. Okay, so I have a few questions.
Please.
A few deep questions, just like in general,
Yeah.
about our perception. What is true love for you?
For me, I think true love is definitely, within yourself for sure. But true love is everywhere. I think true love is kind of romanticizing every single moment and appreciating gratitude and solitude and find serenity.
Yeah.
And true love is something you can share, you can keep, or you can let go of. But overall, it's all rooted in the same form of love.
Yeah. And if we think about it, love, as you said, is everywhere.
Love is everywhere.
And it starts from within. How if you see love in every single thing when you go outside, that's when you radiate love, and when you have the very true love within. No, that's not even a question we have to ask, because I think we both agree on that. But the question is like, can we truly love others if we don't love ourselves? No.
Girl. No. That's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
Because why would you set yourself up, not failure, but set yourself up a challenge that you didn't even solve for yourself?
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's really hard to give someone love that you don't give to yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And like, I find it so hard. The reason why I mention it is because the way we receive or perceive love, the way we look at love, is really rare. Like, that's how I experienced it. Most of the people are just like so easy with love, which is what it should be, but like most of the time it just like is on the surface level, and that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I deserve. No. And like, I think that's the same how you see it. So I think the reason why I mentioned those questions is to motivate the people to like think about it and like work on it and change the perception and like the way they give love, because there are a lot of inner child traumas and inner child work that needs to be heard. So many people our age playing the game. Why? They're just scared of being vulnerable, and like that's the problem, more or less.
It really is, because vulnerability is so important. I think people should value more. I know it's scary, but it's just the way it should be. You know, it will make your life so much easier.
Exactly. And love isn't possible without vulnerability.
Absolutely.
So we should start to embrace it, and we should start to
normalize it.
Exactly. And that's not a question for both of us. It's more like a question for
the audience.
How do we know if it's real love or just the fear of being alone?
I think if you know what you're looking for, and if you're not scared to kind of attach yourself to someone, because I know people are scared to be alone, and I think accepting of being alone is so important for me. I think I've accepted that if I'm gonna be alone, and I'm okay with that, because I don't need like a romantic love to feel or to fulfill what I want, because I've already filled that for myself. It is scary, but you just kind of have to change the way you see others and you see yourself, because you can build that for yourself. You can be so much happier by filling yourself with new skills, new hobbies, just new interests.
Trying to get attention from the outside is just a mirror of like what you lack inside. Like, if we break it down, everything starts within. Also like being okay with being alone, because it's not a bad thing. It can be so fulfilling, but I definitely get that it is different for men than others. Because there's like so much stigma around it, and the ego and like everything. But that shouldn't be the problem. It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
Because we are all the same. We all feel the same. We all want the same. By the end of the day, every one of us wants to feel love.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it comes from within or from someone else.
Yeah.
But the work starts definitely within.
With you.
Yeah. How do we stay open to love after heartbreak?
Oh, I think now, after my heartbreak, I'm definitely ready to kind of seek for something else.
If someone would ask me that question, how do we stay open to love after heartbreak, would always be, like, my answer would always be, put the focus back on yourself. Because, as you mentioned, there's no right or wrong, and everyone goes through heartbreaks differently.
Yeah.
The way I think it is right, stay alone for a while after your heartbreak or after your relationship, because either way you love this person in a way, and just reflecting your love, the love you gave, the love you received back, what you learn from the relationship, what you want for the next relationship, all this work that needs time and space. So I do think it is really important to stay alone for a while after your heartbreak.
Focus
back on yourself, maybe learning a new skill,
rediscovering
yourself, to be a better version, a better person for the next relationship, because you've grown. And that's why we mean, like, breakup can be beautiful, because it is part of your own growth.
Character development, babe.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are what you attract.
That's one thing I wrote down, because, like, I saw a video the other day on Instagram, and it was a meditation, basically. If you, like, just close your eyes and you look in your soul and, like, you're in your inner self, what do you want? In terms of, like, from the outside, basically. And, like, what I wrote down, or, like, what got, like, straight to my mind was, I want what I am.
Period.
Period. Simple as that. I really want what I am.
That's so good.
Yeah. And, like, I'm well aware that it might be a high expectations for others, but I know it's possible, because we went through that. We've done the work.
Exactly. So you set that standard for yourself, you know. Like, I know people, like, oh, like, now after this relationship you have to set your like, you always have to set your standards high. I know lowering your standards is a call for maybe help or something, because I guess desperate times calls for desperate measures. Even for me, I'm like, should I lower my standard for this person? Am I gonna be benefit from this? No.
Exactly.
You know, always remind yourself, keep your standards high, because that's how you kind of, like, grow and, like, become that standard. And it's kind of like a stepping stone.
Exactly.
So.
Because even if you lower your standards, by the end of the day, you, like, you might have a person next to you, but it doesn't help with your growth. No. Not at all. No. And, like, the whole, I definitely get that it is hard for people to set their standards high, because that means to be alone for a longer time. But exactly this is, like, also such a big and important part of, like, becoming the person you are.
Exactly.
Like, being comfortable and happy and content with yourself. And we all do need people to feel comfortable at some point, because that's the stage I'm at. Like, I've been alone for such a long time, and, like, I would love to have someone, but at the same time I'm completely fine with being by myself.
Right, that's exactly.
And, like, the longer you stay alone, which, like, obviously I'm not preaching that you should, but, like, the longer you stay alone, the easier it gets, and, like, the stronger you get. And for me, like, that's one thing, like, it gets harder to not necessarily open up to people, because I'm an open book. If you're, like, happy to deep dive,
girl,
I'm ready for it. Like, are you ready for it?
Exactly.
That's the question. So I'm completely comfortable with, like, being by myself and being alone.
The art of being alone.
But, like, I do think that I definitely have to relearn being with people, or, like, being with someone. So, like, I'm so
comfortable,
independent, comfortable being by myself, that I barely can imagine myself being with someone else.
I know,
because I'm, like, challenge myself, that I see, oh, that's something I can learn or like grow.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing, like not the only thing, but like I want to grow every single day.
Absolutely.
I'm curious about
We're
people.
humans,
I'm curious about others' perception, and I don't mind. Obviously, like it is definitely an important part of like where the person is in their journey. But I don't mind having a person that is on the way.
Yeah.
We went through it. We've done the work. It is hard, but it's also so beautiful.
It is.
So I'm totally happy to be there for this person and like support this person.
Yeah,
but
just be there.
You also want to grow for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. We want to take like things from each other.
Yeah.
And benefit each other and kind of. But at the same time, if I am gonna be in another relationship, I want the other person to be a little ahead of me.
Yeah.
Because I want to like force myself to be better. You know what I mean?
To expand
my emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
It's so much. When men are emotionally intelligent, it's so sexy.
Yeah, I've never met one.
That's what I'm saying. Non-existent. They're rare in this area. It's so hard, even for yourself. Like being that person for yourself as an emotionally intelligent person. That's such a good skill.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's such a good skill, and people lack that. I guess, people just don't have the motivation to be better emotionally. You gotta balance not just emotional, your spiritual self as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's something I really value.
And I think that's the part straight men struggle a bit to identify themselves with spirituality. Because there's so much love in spirituality. Yeah. You can learn so much from it.
Oh my God, literally.
And unfortunately, they're still stuck with the stigma.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you see a guy, I'm like, you have so much potential.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
It's so like annoying sometimes because like, I just want to like
push you in the right direction. Yeah. Wow. I want to like ask you the right questions to trigger you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let me let me help you open up your mind.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
But
and like actually most of the time, like if I'm out or if I'm somewhere, I'm really in the stage of like not looking.
No,
like
I know.
I see people and think or say, oh yeah, they're attractive, but that's it.
That's
like
it.
I don't even think about anything. Like I'm just and sometimes like I compliment them. Sometimes I say to them, "Oh, I like your style.
Yeah,
like you look nice
look cool,
or whatever."
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I want something.
No,
like not at all.
I'm just admiring what you presented yourself as.
And I wouldn't even say maybe it's my fault, but like just complimenting them. Some people misread it and like they think, "Oh, she wants something from me."
Yeah.
No, bro, I don't.
No,
I just compliment
you.
Exactly.
And they always that's like a trigger. That's always like an instinct for them. I'm like, why do you think like I want you in a way like I want to be with you?
Yeah.
No, I'm just like seeing you for what you've put yourself into.
Yeah, or like I'm just curious about your perception or whatever.
Exactly.
Just have a conversation.
Like a proper like human interaction.
Yeah.
Nothing
labeled. Nothing like
oh, you just want to have sex. Yeah. Oh, you just want to like get something from me. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, it's so annoying. In our generation as well.
Exactly.
It's like a standard. I'm like, no, babe.
And like sometimes when I get the vibe from them that they think I want something from them, I actually think, bro, you don't even deserve me.
Yeah.
Like, why should I why should I want something?
Yeah. Like literally, like look at me, babe, compared to you. Excuse me.
You're still growing, babes.
Yeah,
like you're not even. You didn't even start growing. Like.
I know, like, even going out, it's like, you look around, I'm like, no. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually okay.
Yeah. It's and, like, even the good-looking, like, especially in West, the good-looking people.
That's what I'm saying.
They look, maybe they look hot, but, like, you actually already know that they need to grow a lot.
Yeah. Like, are you just hot, or are you just... Like,
a shallow
person. Like,
yeah. Another question I wrote down was like, when did you first feel truly loved and why?
When truly loved, I think when I showed myself authentically and when I truly found myself after leaving my town, after kind of deciding for myself and not leading, like, or not listening to what anyone has to say about me and my decisions. The first time I truly felt love was when I definitely, I guess, moved out from such a young age and kind of really build myself to who I am now. When my grandparents saw me to who I am now, like when I went back last year, and they were like, yeah, that's who he is now. Just like, I really am loved. And everyone loves me and everyone really appreciates who I am now. And like, yeah, it's, I guess that's when I knew. It's kind of when I really fully became Christian.
Yeah. So truly love that you experienced came basically also from within.
Within. Yeah. It all just started from within.
Yeah.
It's all within me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that because like that's what I try to preach all the time. Like, work on yourself. Like, start loving yourself. And like, self-love doesn't mean to love everything about you.
No.
It's more about accepting everything about you.
And like letting it be.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think? What's the biggest myth?
Yeah.
Jesus. English. What's the biggest myth people believe about love? What do you think? Or maybe also delusional or something.
The biggest myth people perceive love, I believe, is that it's easy.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Yeah, love is so easy.
No, it's not.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
No. Love
you have to do a lot of work.
Clearly you have some healing and some growing up to do.
Yeah.
But love is not easy.
Yeah.
Love is hard.
Yeah.
It's such a challenge. Because you actually have to dissect every emotion you feel during that situation with someone. And if you can't, then maybe that's easy for you.
Yeah.
Like, maybe what's easy for you is not easy for me.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of the biggest myths people perceive love, is that's easy.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's easy if it's
shallow.
Yeah.
Like surface level. Yeah. I think like that's the common thing. People like jump from one relationship into the other, or like have a fling here or there, and like it is easy. That is easy.
Yeah.
But like true love,
no, babe.
It's not getting done by like hopping from one relationship to
like
another.
You really have to like be strong enough to truly, truly love someone. Yeah, it's like, because you want to like share every single moment, every single energy, everything with someone else.
Yeah.
And that someone else have to do the same and reciprocate.
I also think that your soulmate is your mirror. You see everything you need to see, even if you don't want to see it. You see it through this person, and you are able to grow together. Not only like within together, and love is work. Saying love is work doesn't mean that it is a bad relationship or like not the right one, because love is work. A relationship is work. Love is work, because love lets you discover emotions you've never experienced before, and you have to learn about it. You have to feel it. You improve the whole time. And like, love is so complex. Why is love the solution in so many movies? Because it is the solution. Like, but it is so complex. Love means growing. For sure.
It's like you really have to like be there and see each other's different sides of who you are, because we do perceive ourselves differently to other people, and to our friends, family. Like, that loved one has to see how you see yourself. Oh, okay, that's a nice question probably as well. How has and did your definition of love changed over time? My definition of love? Well, I think for me, my definition of love before was something that I couldn't have. I thought that I wasn't able to love someone else because of how people that were around me loved their other people. And I was just observing what I kind of got stuck on. So that's definitely something, like, once I was out of that, I saw love differently. I'm like, wait, I am well deserving of love. And I think people should kind of preach me for that. The people that were saying, oh no, you'll never find someone else like like you. Oh, you're just too much that people overwhelm you. But I was young, obviously, so I listened to that.
Yeah.
But then I told myself, no, Christian, you are well deserving of love.
Yeah.
Because people love you.
And love is not earned.
No.
Love is naturally given.
It's just naturally given.
Yeah.
And the universe will provide that if you're ready.
Yeah. How can we keep love alive in long-term relationships?
Ooh.
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I think to keep love in a long-term relationship, you have to accept the fact that you both are your own person.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
You have to accept that you're both an individual human being, and you need to create that boundary that, hey, right now, I need myself. I love you so much, but I need time for myself.
Yeah.
And kind of accepting the fact that it's respected.
Yeah.
That's a lot of relationship. They don't normalize that, I guess, feeling of, I actually need my own time, you know? So I think that's something to keep. And being communicative in a relationship is as well. Communication is so important.
Communication is the key.
Everything, just communicate. That's just a start.
Yeah.
I think you just both, like, each other have to accept that you're both your own person.
Yeah. I'm happy to admit that I have really high standards on how a relationship should be.
Yeah.
And what I
me
want
too,
in a
babe.
relationship.
Yeah. Now that I've experienced it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when I told one of my friends, like, we spoke about relationships and stuff, and I was like, I would love to be in a relationship with someone that is his own person, has his own life, like, knowing that he's independent and, like, he doesn't need anyone to, like, he doesn't need anyone, because that's how I feel as well. I don't need anyone to like feel love. Obviously, like, there is something about love from someone else. Like, you can give yourself a lot of love, but we're not made to be alone. Obviously not. But I don't need anyone. Like, I'm happy with myself. Like, I am happy with, like, being alone. I'm comfortable with being by myself and alone. And I'm independent. And I want exactly another person, like, exactly that in another person, knowing that you don't need each other, but you want each other, and that you support each other, and challenge each other, but still be able to say, okay, I need my own time.
And that's, like, respected in the relationship. And
having their own hobbies, their own friends, of course, like, you will have friends together as well, but, like, not because, like, that's, like, we see that so much and so often in other relationships, that they just start relying on the other person, and, like, everything is the other person, and they do everything together. That is not healthy.
No, it's so not healthy.
If you do everything together, like, you need your own life as well.
You need to be your own character. You know,
exactly.
It's not just like, I know we don't come in like a package together. We're both a separate package. You know,
and we are the addition to each other.
It's kind of like
we're not looking for someone that makes us a whole. We are already a whole. And we're just looking for someone that is a whole as well. And, like, we grow together. We learn together. Now I can, like, tell this love story from my sister.